Manga-Waido.
My name is Keisuke Akita. I work as a respiratory physician at a general hospital in the city. My mother died of lung cancer when I was in high school. I studied hard to reduce the number of people like her, and now I work as a respiratory physician. In fact, I just transferred from a local hospital to this general hospital.
Doctor, the regular medication orders are due on Wednesday.
Sorry, I'll do it. There's a lot I'm not used to yet, and I'm often warned by the nurses.
Dr. Akita, is there something troubling you? Let me know right away if you need anything.
Okay, thank you. She's Dr. Tomomi Masuda. She's the same age as me, but she's one senior to me, who's just a one grader. She does her job quickly and well, and because of her cheerful and kind nature, she's popular not only among patients, but doctors and nurses too. And then... I've already said it! I told the other nurse yesterday, didn't I? Make sure you share information with each other.
Dr. Saito is in a bad mood today.
Looks like it. Dr. Saito's the director's only son and chief of the respiratory medicine section. He was promoted shortly before I came here. However, he's an experienced but difficult man, and he gets into a bad mood if you argue with him in any way.
Dr. Saito, thank you for the other day. Like you said, that antibiotic seems to have worked, and the patient's data is getting better.
Oh, that's good to hear. If there's anything else you need, I'm always here to listen. That's what Dr. Masuda's all about. He was good at lifting people's spirits up like this. But it is an undeniable fact that Dr. Saito has knowledge and experience. Even I often consulted him about my treatment plans. He's a diligent student, participating in various academic conferences, and I really respect him for those things, so I wanted to absorb a lot from him. And then at last, I was getting used to this hospital, and one late night on duty... Right, maybe I should take a nap. Just as I was thinking that, my medical PHS rang. Yes, this is Akita. Understood. I'm on my way. Dr. Saito's patient had a sudden change. Thanks to the nurse's early recognition of the abnormality, we were able to take early action and save his life. Since the patient's family were called in case of an emergency, I decided to explain the situation to them. So, it seems that the dangerous situation's out of the way for the time being. Dr. Saito, the attending physician, will explain the details tomorrow. Thank you so much. I thought that was going to be it. The son and his wife, who had rushed to the hospital, looked relieved and said they would return home today and visit him again in the morning. When the family returned home and I finished filling out the paperwork, the sky was beginning to lighten. Good work. You were on duty already, but you're not going home? I have a meeting first thing in the afternoon. Seriously? I've got an outpatient in the afternoon today. I hope there aren't too many patients. I was chatting with my colleague, Okada, when suddenly I heard a loud voice from the patient explanation room next door. You gotta be kidding me! Still, you call yourself a doctor? In that room, Dr. Saito was supposedly in the middle of talking to the family about the patient's condition. Call the chairman! I don't want to talk to you anymore!
Honey, calm down a little. I understand how you feel, but...
There seems to be some kind of a problem. Was the son that kind of person? No, he wasn't like that when we talked yesterday. I wonder what happened to the conversation with Dr. Saito. Although the head nurse had no choice but to intervene, the son insisted on calling the committee chairman. In the end, it seems the committee chairman had to talk as well. Sounds sort of bad. Well, it's true that Dr. Saito can be a little harsh in the way he says things. It seemed that Dr. Saito sometimes spoke in a hard tone, and sometimes oppressively, when explaining the treatment policy and progress to the patients. There must be many patients who adore Dr. Saito because of his experience and track record, but this time must have been different. Dr. Akita, may I have a word? Yes, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Saito had some trouble with a family member, and they've requested to change the doctor to you. To me? I heard you handled it yesterday. The family says they can trust if it's you. Can I ask that of you? If that's what the family wants. All right, then please take care of it. After that, I greeted the family again, and the matter was settled for the time being. As expected, Dr. Saito couldn't disobey the chairman's order and reluctantly backed down. Dr. Saito, if I can take over the data later. Without even looking back at me, he walked out of the nurse's station. You're still a chief, huh? Later on, he gave me the information for me to take over, but only minimally. From that day on, his attitude towards me clearly turned cold. But later, the patient was safely discharged from the hospital, and I was relieved. Then, when I'd almost forgotten about that incident, one day on my way home from work, Dr. Masuda invited me to a new yakitori restaurant near the hospital. What? Dr. Masuda, are you going to England?
It's a secret to everyone, okay? I've been told by my superiors not to tell anyone yet.
She said she was leaving the hospital this fiscal year for research on cancer treatments and was going to study in England. But still, why did you tell me?
I don't know.
Dr. Masuda avoided answering in this way. After that, when finishing chatting and complaining about other things, we left the restaurant. But as we walked through the restaurant alley towards the station, we happened to run into Dr. Saito.
Dr. Saito, thank you for your hard work. Are you on your way home now?
Yeah, I've just been working a little overtime. Thanks for your hard work. To be honest, I didn't want to be seen alone with Dr. Masuda because she was Dr. Saito's favorite. Dr. Saito, would you like to go out for a drink with us next time? I asked him to break the awkward situation, but he didn't reply. Don't let it interfere with your work tomorrow. Did I put him in a bad mood? Since that incident, Dr. Saito had been cold towards me, and he didn't listen to me when I asked for advice very often. Even so, with the help of Dr. Masuda and other colleagues, I was able to spend my time without much trouble. Then came the new school year. Dr. Masuda resigned, as she had declared. I got to know the new doctors and research physicians, and this time, I was in a position to be depended on.
Dr. Akita, where do you look at this data on this patient?
If you're looking for that, then... Dr. Akita, after the outpatient clinic, do the procedure in room 12. What? Dr. Saito interrupted the conversation between me and the researcher and said that he'd been pushing me to do more and more work these days. Well, I have a few tests to do today as well, and isn't room 12 supposed to be your patient? I'm giving you experience. This is a work order. Yes, sir. After saying that, he left. Lately, only I'd been assigned a lot of work. As those days went on, as a doctor, I wasn't allowed to give in any way. I somehow managed to face my work with all my might. I believe that my strength as an inexperienced doctor lies in my communication, meeting with patients every day and coming up with a treatment plan that would satisfy the patients themselves was a motto I believed in as a doctor. Thanks to that, I often received gifts and thank you letters from patients when they were discharged from the hospital or when their families visited them.
Dr. Akita, you received another batch of gifts from a patient.
That many? Let's all eat them together during break time. You're quite popular, aren't you? Well then, I have a patient coming in this afternoon who'd be perfect for you. Could you do me the favor? I hear they're quite the tricky customer. Leave it to me. I've had many patients called tricky customers, and I'm used to it now. Dr. Saito was not happy with my relaxed attitude, but I didn't care and headed for the examination room.
No way, I'm not taking any medicine. Why should I have to obey a rookie nurse like you? I can't be admitted in a place like this.
Please don't be like that.
The patient was indeed a bit of a complainer. She doesn't have dementia, and I don't think she's just being spoiled, so maybe there's a reason. Hello, I'm Akita, your doctor this time. Let's talk a little. At first, she wouldn't listen to me, saying things like, "Shut up! You young doctor, go home!" And she cursed me out a lot. But as I talked to her patiently, she gradually opened up to me. You were able to take your medicine. Thank you so much. I'll be back later, so don't upset the nurse too much.
If it's what you say, doctor, I'll listen properly.
Some patients have strong anxiety about hospitalization and treatment, and as a result, they have no choice but to complain to us, the medical staff. In such cases, the best thing to do is to listen to them slowly.
You're amazing, Doctor. I couldn't be taken seriously at all.
If you ever need anything else, call me anytime. Having gained the trust of patients and nurses, I was feeling that I had grown as a doctor. However, at the same time, Dr. Saito's pressure on me to perform my duties was escalating. My colleagues helped me as much as they could, but Dr. Saito was the son of the chairman of the committee and used his title as section chief to put pressure on me so that I couldn't disobey him. And then finally, my body reached its limit. Dr. Akita, are you alright? One day, I lost consciousness during my shift, and by the time I woke up and realized, I was on a hospital bed. You've woken up. Huh? Okada? Thank God you're okay. You work too hard. We always tell you to pass the job around to us as well, don't we? I'm sorry. What about my patients? Don't worry about it. We've all divided your assigned tasks between us. Or are you worried if it's us? Of course not. Thanks. Maybe it's about time. Under doctor's orders, I was hospitalized for a few days, and after that, I was to spend a week recuperating at home. Then on my first day back at work after my rest... Good morning. I apologize for the long resting absence. I look forward to working with you again today. I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused, Dr. Saito. You're a doctor, and to be hospitalized? Hey, you're really slacking. I was fed up by Dr. Saito's expression, as if he was mocking me as soon as I arrived at work. I know. Submit a letter of apology. If you don't, I won't let you come back to work. If you don't like it, quit. Wait, Dr. Saito, that's just... Even though you're the section chief, you don't have that kind of authority, do you? No, it's okay. What? Dr. Saito, the apology letter's a good idea, but I'm resigning. What? You're joking! When I said that with a smile, Dr. Saito looked stunned. Did you think I would say, please forgive me or something? Actually, I'd already made up my mind during my time off. If Dr. Saito doesn't change his attitude after my return, I have no choice but to ask to resign. I'd already prepared that in my mind. So on the same day, after greeting the patients and everyone, I submitted my resignation to the chairman of the committee. The next day, I used my paid leave and I flew to England. The person who met me at the airport was Dr. Masuda.
It's been a long time. I missed you.
Me too. In fact, we'd grown closer to each other after that drinks gathering, and had started dating right before Dr. Masuda left.
I was so surprised by the suddenness of it all. Quitting your job so suddenly like that. Were you okay?
Well, actually, while I was in the hospital, the chairman of the committee came to visit me. Dr. Akita, are you alright? I heard you were overworked. Yes, I'm sorry for worrying you. I don't mean to be rude to you, since you've come to pay me a visit, but I'd like to take this opportunity to resign from my position. May I ask why? Duties and work tasks have become too much, and these past few months, I haven't been able to take a proper rest. If I continue like this, I'm afraid I'll really break down. As you can imagine, I couldn't say, it's because of your son. I see. I'm sorry. It's my fault for not grasping that so much strain was being put upon you. I will think of a way to deal with the situation immediately, so that it can be remedied. So I'd like you to submit this resignation letter again, if you still haven't changed your mind after you return to work. That's what happened. And the reason I'm off today is because the chairman took care of me after I got sick.
God, why did you keep such an important thing from me?
Sorry.
But I'm really glad you're okay. There's no such thing as a job where you have to work till your body breaks. Get some rest.
Tomomi accepted me kindly. And so, during my stay, I was allowed to visit the research team Tomomi was enrolled in and decided to pursue basic research in cancer treatment with her. While I was resting from doctor's orders, I remembered that I want to reduce the number of people like my mother who die from cancer, even by one, and that's why I decided to become a doctor. Then one day, while I was studying in England, in the morning, my cell phone rang, and while still half asleep, I answered the phone to find that it was Dr. Saito on the other line. At least hurry up and pick up the phone! Well, whatever. Come to my hospital right now! What do you mean? I've already quit. That cranky patient of yours says she wants you, and she won't listen to me! What are you gonna do about that? Even if you say that, I'm in England now, so do something about it yourself. England? No way! Are you? I thought there was no point in talking any further, so without hearing what Dr. Saito was about to say, I hung up the phone.
Who is it at this early hour of the morning?
It was nothing. Just a prank call. A few days later, I received a message from my former colleague, Okada, informing me that Dr. Saito had been fired. The chairman of the committee conducted a survey on the workload of each ward and found that I alone had an unusually high amount. The investigation went into the respiratory medicine ward in particular, and it seems that irregularities came to light one after another. Dr. Saito? No. Akira? What's the meaning of this work schedule? Clearly Dr. Akita is overworked, and moreover, it's totally different from what you've been reporting to me. That's to intentionally give Akita more experience. Don't be so ridiculous. After that, colleagues continued to report to the committee chairman about Dr. Saito's arrogant attitude and poor treatment of patients. In the end, Dr. Saito was fired. As if he had never expected to be fired by his father, he was so shocked that he spent the days leading up to his resignation with a ghostly expression on his face. And as for me, I temporarily returned to Japan to prepare for a full-fledged trip to England to work as a doctor with Tomomi, while studying hard for exams. When I told this to my parents, friends, and colleagues, they were surprised, but they all encouraged me, and it motivated me even more. Speaking of which, I went out for a drink with Okada the other night. I heard Dr. Saito was working at a local hospital a while ago. Past tense? Yeah, he was too big-headed and got into trouble, so his contract was terminated during the term of employment apparently. Oh dear. Later that day, all right. I stared at the screen of my phone and struck a small gut punch pose. I passed the first test. Please wait for me a little longer. I sent that message towards Tomomi, who was far away. And so, I took a new step forward. From now on, together with my beloved Tomomi in the field of research, I hope to contribute to patients.